just ignore me.
Well,
Yeah.
Tripping.
We shall see how this sounds because we do not have our mics this
today.
week. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we're low
it's
on
a good
battery,
test.
so yeah, test it out. Testies.
Testies.
Yep. So
you want to spray? Do you want to do the background or do you want to just leave them as they are?
what would you do to? What do you?
So you can, like for instance, which one is the one that you like the most? Because I don't want to.
Probably this one.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then I'm gonna spray this one.
I mean, I like the background kind of plain. Maybe I should just leave the background plain this time. Actually, now that I think about it, if there's anything you recommend for like.
No, I'm going to show you how to at least,
better.
if you want to clean it up with the molding spoon.
That would be great.
And that's the thing. That's all we'll do. Because you can even push down the background with the molding spoon. A lot of people use molding spoons for a lot of different things.
Freehand stuff.
Yeah, and it's sometimes easier because it's way more tactile. It's like way more like a pencil. So you can literally, once it will get the right, you can literally, you don't want to scrape too much because you will actually scrape the surface, but you're just like pressing and pulling. Does that make sense? So that this is pressed down.
Right.
And then don't do anything extreme because you kind of want it to fade out.
Right.
So all you're trying to do is basically just make these pop more.
Okay.
So press everything down behind and then just to like, and kind of soften it as it goes out.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So
Does it ever soften like the edge of the flower?
If you want to do that, then you'll go.
I won't, but
no. But you can literally. Okay, for that you might actually want to use one of these. Like you could take a pair of shit. It's so funny because all my stuff is so rusty because I have not used it. But you can take like a pear shader. Mm-hmm. And you can kind of use the soft because it's just got a rounded edge. And you can kind of, soften it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then definitely like I would suggest doing that like around there just to make it a little bit more just softly so that it kind of takes the edge off.
Okay. Should I use this one first? I can try to do the...
Yeah. Yep. Or you know what? Actually, no. I take that back. My bad. I would actually shape everything the way you want and then push down anything. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say push down? Like just to kind of give it some more depth. Actually, you're doing it both. That. Yeah, and you're doing both there too. Like if you go up to the edge of the petal, you can also use probably that pointed area and use that to round everything.
Like this guy.
Mm-hmm. And that'll just make it pop a little bit more.
Yeah, it really is kind of like embossing it.
It is embossing. Because even like when the temperature's right or when the leather's like perfectly moisturized, you'll actually see very, very much it kind of deepens the color for sure.
Right.
Check this stuff out real quick.
So we should tell everybody what we did this weekend.
Yes.
Since Doge has been going through and kind of taking an axe or a chainsaw, if you will, to many of our beloved social programs, like the National Forestry Service and the National Park Service. We joined the Resistance Rangers. They were organizing, I think it was 433 protests at all the national park sites.
Yeah. And we went to Cabrillo.
Yeah, we decided to join them at Cabrillo. And at first I thought there wasn't going to be anyone there. I just really didn't think there was going to be a whole lot because I just heard about it that Thursday. But I was surprised. There was probably a couple hundred people there.
For sure.
Yeah, so that was great. We got our little hike in the morning.
It was a really cool crowd.
Yeah, it was. We met some friends. And hopefully we'll see them in the future at some other things going on. Is that basically what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yep, just cleaning it up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your eraser tool, except that you can also emboss. Like you can also like make it bad if you get crazy with it. So it is like a fine line.
Right. That's what I'm kind of like
sense?
wondering. I'm like, I don't know if I like should probably just leave. I kind of like some of the pointiness of it, so I don't know if I like really know how to use it yet, but
Yeah, and again, you'll just
Yeah.
figure out what you like and what you
start
don't
kind
like.
of like learning it.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool.
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 And then I'm gonna borrow that because
Yes.
I'm gonna work on all these. Okay, so then if you're gonna leave them as they are, which I think
think
is totally
so,
fine
yeah.
too.
I don't know what to do
You
with
wanted to
them.
do white.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's hard to know. It's like the same
Yeah,
thing
I
with
don't know,
ceramics
like,
when
how
we were
to
talking,
start
like
doing it. Yeah.
where you're like, I'm just happy if I don't collapse something. That's the
Yeah.
goal. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think these are gonna look great. I think you'll be surprised. So
Yeah.
then, if you want to get
Excited.
some like a little container to water this
yeah.
down.
Should I use water? Water?
No, you can actually use this too thin. It's like a thinner.
Okay.
So I would put a little bit in there of your white, and then use the too thin to kind of thin it down. And then maybe we'll test on. You can test on this piece and see if it's kind of what you're wanting. You can pour a little bit if you want. Don't worry about. And then I'm just doing the same thing on my watermelon dillies. Yeah, I'm
You're
just
just,
gonna.
like,
I'm just
fine-tuning
gonna.
the
Yeah,
seeds.
I'm just gonna go around and do a quick. Just make everything round. This is all shitty. I need more tools. No. That was kind of cool. That's getting me into doing leather again, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because I went from doing it every single day to just being like, never.
Yeah, you just get to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that with, not gonna lie, like what I do now. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
people are like, oh, highlights and hair. And I'm just like, I don't even care. I just,
I'm dead inside.
dead inside. Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad.
But yeah, that march was super inspiring and super constructive. And I guess they had them. I heard a report where they're like it was like 100 of them in every state, just about every state that has a national park. There's people were showing up. So it drew a lot of attention.
They had a lot of solo protests, which I thought were cool. They highlighted the next day a lot of the people that showed up to national park sites by themselves, and
I love it.
You know,
Yeah.
gave information and showed up for their parks and their rangers. I thought that was so cool.
That's special. Yeah.
'Cause, you know, it is special when you
Yeah.
stand out there. Like we had a guy that thought he might be by himself, and he like came very prepared, like with stuff to talk about. And
Was that my great doppelganger?
Gray's doppelganger.
Yes,
Yeah.
sweet baby.
And you know, I think that we did see that in other locations, that there were solo protests, and I
For
thought that was
sure.
really cool too.
Absolutely.
So what do I do now that?
So now, okay, so
Well, I
test
don't know
it
how
on
to
this
test
bad.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
test it on this.
Okay.
And just see if you like, just look at it anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Maybe a little bit more watered down.
Maybe a little more water.
Yeah.
Should I like wipe it?
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Because that's just our like, fuck around and find out.
Right. Test.
She's just testing on a sample piece of leather. I'm just putting it
For
over here.
some
Yeah.
For some
From color ideas. Da, 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 da. And
Okay.
and then
Yeah, it's still really bright, but I wonder if
Okay.
I put like a little of this in there
yeah, I
to
got
make it a little creamier.
yeah, creamy. I will make it creamy.
Wonder if that
Oh my
will-
gosh, did you watch any more of the White Lotus?
I watched the third episode. Oh, this one's dry.
I sent you.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. We can. Is it all dry? Of course.
I think so.
Let's see. Sometimes.
Oh no.
It's probably all dry. Oh no, literally. Yeah, look at.
Yeah. Like,
No, we're not doing that one.
That
That one. Okay, that was pretty. That
That was
actually
pretty-
would be pretty soothing to.
Right,
Now
to
I just
pull
want to peel
out for
out.
those people, that like to do that. You're like, ooh.
No.
They make like, yeah, definitely. They make like fake noses that you can squeeze fake
Blackheads?
zit goo.
I would love that.
Zit goo out of for those people who like
Yes.
that kind of shit. All right, so
Okay, so there's yellow.
there's yellow. Okay, we'll do yellow. Maybe.
Honestly, I do think if you I would just pour some of that out, or just get a new bowl and just do and just water it down more with, or use actual water. It wouldn't be. It is
Yeah.
water based, so you could try just actually adding water to that
Let me try that.
and give that a go. Where did I put this?
Where do you put it?
No, where did I put that? I'm so. I've been like putting things in weird spots all day and like everything like what the frick? So I think I will. I think I maybe will mic us up now.
Okay.
What did I do with it? Did you take that container? What did I do with that container?
It's right there.
The empty one. No, the empty. Oh my god, I'm losing my fucking marbles.
I don't know what container
It's gone.
you're
The one that we
talking
just cleared. Oh, that's right there. Can you hand me that?
about. Oh, there you
'Cause
go.
that's kind of handy dandy. An empty one. For making colors. Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna give you the mic.
I think it'll be fine.
I think so too. I'm gonna readjust really quick. You can go. You can do your thing.
Well, I don't know what to do. I've never
my
done
bad.
leather.
Okay, no. Okay, really quick. No, is that the right? You got the right.
I mean, I don't know. It seems to look like pretty much the same.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do this really quick, and then I'm gonna take over, and I'll water down.
Yeah,
I will be aggressively
I can do more water.
because it's like any like color. These water-based ones take. It's kind of a nightmare. All right, I think we're good. I'll give you your mic. Hopefully this will get clearer for a recording that we're gonna post after. Okay, and then let's see. See if we like it. See if it helps. Because you better to be thin and build.
Right. Okay. Got it. That's too thin, huh?
Yeah, it's okay.
Well,
I want to see. Yeah, I want to see. I want to see if it. No. Okay.
Yeah.
So then we'll pour. No, it's okay. The thing is, you're trying
Just
to be
pour
good. Yeah, just
and
a
then
little
put
bit
more.
out.
Put more of this in.
Yes. Da, da, da. Well, that's the other thing is all different paints. You don't necessarily know what you're getting into.
Different brands, probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get real crazy with it.
Ooh, look at you.
Okay, and then you want to hand me that paper towel so I can just cake this. We'll see how this goes. Dee do dee do dee.
That's probably better, huh?
We'll see. I mean, I just want to see what it dries like, because you might actually like it more
okay.
watercolored anyways, but
Yeah.
we'll see. If it's not going to dry like anything.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Let's see how that is. Is Leon snoring?
Nice now, baby.
He's so cute.
He's always snoring. Him and John will get snoring and I can't fall back asleep. Oh, shits.
You're like, God damn
You
it.
fuckers.
I think that might be good, because it should be super. once it dries,
Yeah.
I think it might. We'll give it a second.
Like that
Let's just
one looks
verify.
good, yeah.
You know what I mean. I think then
Yeah.
it's better to build, and then
Yeah.
it's not so bright, like to your point,
Got it,
compared
got
to the rest of the leather.
So then how do I just like paint?
I would just
Will it all just blend, or do
no,
I keep in the lines?
I would keep because you're gonna want, if you want to keep natural.
Yeah.
If you're gonna keep it natural, we are going to have you paint, definitely in the lines because neater.
Yeah.
You have some fudge room when you're gonna do like a patina, but I don't know that if you're gonna keep it the natural, we'll just end up oiling it most likely.
Okay.
So just paint the petals and just try to keep them clean as you can. And then the same thing, I'm sure there are ways with Q-tips and whatnot that we can they can when they're I think if they're touching, if there's an overlap, you should be fine. Because then if you want to, you could even go in with like a little bit of like a shadow. You could go in with a little watered down black and just line it essentially. You know what I mean? Or even not for nothing, but I like using like using like a lot of times like microns or a pen, like just an alcohol marker, because it's like a fine point. You just go in and trace it.
Yeah, that would be good. Because I'm like,
I
don't want to lose all my dimension.
Yeah. And then I am continuing to shape in these guys. I'm just making everything look, rounding all my seeds.
I'm so terrible at like detail type painting. Like it's funny because I use paintbrushes every day, but it's so different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep, different muscles.
Oh yes, it's just like so much more detailed.
But there's no rush.
Yeah, that's totally true. How was ceramics the other day? You made a rad,
dude. It was rad.
Big ass piece.
It was just cool because this time I just was able to kind of I wanted to make something really nice for Diana.
Oh.
And like she just gave me a painting and it's beautiful and amazing, and so I was like, I just want to, you know what I mean, I like trading art with my friends.
Absolutely.
And so I just she likes plants, and so I was like, oh, I'll make her a pot with a bottom.
With the bottom, it looks so pretty.
So because I haven't really done a ton of like 2-piece, kind of things.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll do that.
It's so
and
pretty.
it did. It like came out better than it was like. At first, I was like, what I will say is I was better at drilling the hole this time.
Oh, good. You felt more comfortable?
Definitely more. And then, which is...
You're drilling
a hole. Drilling a hole. And so then from there, I was focused more on that, and I kind of lost track of what I was actually aiming for. And like I was going to start with more of a straight, or an angled pot, like more just straight up and down. Yeah. But my cylinder was good, and it was like there was still a lot of clay right where I made it bulge. So I was like, oh, you know what? Actually, though, I think this would actually really be nice. And so then I just changed tactics. I could have kept on just pulling it up, and just making something bigger.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I'll just go this way with it. And then just made it really clean, and it looks like a pot that I bought that it was kind of like, oh, this is really excellent, and I kind of have. What did you need? You need a Q-tip?
Yeah, it's like, what do I do if I make
Do you have? Where's your Q-tips?
I have Q-tips. Actually, let me grab one in here.
Yeah, it's probably. I should have said we should probably
have a couple of those.
Yeah. But then I was like, it ended up looking close to this pot that I've kind of always admired.
Oh, cool.
That I bought because I was like, oh, this is really well done, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And I will say too, Jenny, if it is too bright, you can also just kind of like take one of the Q-tips and kind of, as it's dried, kind of dull it down with the Q-tip. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of
a little forgiving.
Yeah, it's water-based. So it's like kind of similar to watercolor where you can kind of, it's a lot. It's more forgiving than you would think.
Okay.
So yeah, it was cool because I was like, oh, I can make it like this one pot, and it came out really clean. And then it had that ridge around it, just happened to happen. I was like, now I'm leaving it. Like I really like that,
like a decorative aspect.
yeah.
Oh, shoot.
And then it was nice when she said when I was making the bottom, it was cool because it was like she's like, just kind of do this, and I just fucking went for it, and I'm and I just went rank and just like threw the shit.
Oh,
like just
yeah, you like pulled it out.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
And I go like that. She goes, yeah.
That's
Just
exactly
like that.
how
I was
you
like,
do it.
Like, because I was like, whatever. I just was like, I think I know what she's saying. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go for it. And yeah, nailed it. And it was like,
Nice.
you know, with the pada.
Nice.
So.
You just feel like you got more comfortable
Oh, yeah,
putting the
100%.
clay where you want it.
Yes, and it was like the last 2 times I have, everything has been super off when I plop it down, but I've coned it
Yeah.
and centered it, and yeah, so it's like, okay, I feel very like I can tell when the clay is telling me what to do,
Yeah.
and as opposed to like, yeah, feeling like I'm the boss. So it was just kind
You
of
put
cool.
the clay, yeah, like I said, you're getting more comfortable putting the clay where you want it to go and not just.
Which is pretty cool. So I was like, the big step. What's up?
Oh, it's
Oh,
just
good. Oh, yeah.
noticing.
Random things.
Stupid phone.
Always
Work. Stupid work stuff.
stupid work.
Stupid work stuff.
I
No,
hate it.
it was so beautiful. I was like, oh man, she just does such cool big stuff. Those planters are your. Well, it'd be cool because, like, the cool
Well,
thing
I
about the
just-
planters is you guys have plants, like, to put it, like, that's a
Yeah.
really cool gift to give someone.
Well, and that's the thing, too.
with
where
the
I'm like,
plants and the.
yeah. Because even with the, like, monsteras, like just the regular monsteras, it's like Dean's always making pups off of those.
Yeah.
So it's like, nice. Can I use one of where are your paper towels?
Under the sink,
Okay,
if you.
perfect.
Yeah, there's like a.
Oh, perfect. And so yeah, it makes it so that we can gift like little plants and stuff. Pretty much everybody we love will probably get one of those for Christmas.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. Next time I gotta make a tortilla warmer. That's
the lid.
I always forget, and I'm like, that's.
I
want to
learn how to make a lid too. I used to know how to make a
I
lid.
know you know how to because I had your lidded
Yeah.
project, and I think I'm like, I really feel like it's still in with my Europe pictures.
Oh yeah.
Which, who knows where those are, but I know they're around.
I used to love making little lidded vessels, and I don't know how to do it now.
Yeah, let's just review. Review. And you can probably, if it starts to get really dense, you might need to stir it or just shake it around a little bit because it
Okay.
will kind of condense.
Right.
And then everybody, I'm gonna move dish over here.
So you painting your
Watermelons. I'm moving this.
So is that like what I'm supposed to be doing so far?
Yep, perfect.
Okay,
I'm just is that in your way if I
No,
put it there?
I'm
Okay.
just showing. Boop, boop. What am I doing?
I might just move over here. Cozy up and I can do it
So
over
then
here.
you've got this weekend on Saturday. You're going up to LA with Mitza for
Yeah.
the International Women's Day March in LA,
LA.
Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles.
And then I think we're gonna go to Orange County, meet at her cousin's, and then take the train up.
Yeah. What time does that
It's
start?
gonna be early. I
Yeah.
gotta be at their house at like 8.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Well,
an
that's not
early
as bad
day.
as I thought. Honestly, I thought it would start earlier, like at you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad,
No. Could definitely be worse.
right?
I want to put this somewhere, but I don't. I want to put it somewhere a little bit safer. Up here. And then that should be. I'm wanting Will to go.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he ends up wanting to go.
Right.
And then I might see if one of his friends goes, but I know it's just like might make people a little nervous. So we'll see.
Oh, as far as
Because he
like,
wants his girl
having-
best friend to
Yeah.
go, but I don't know.
Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The homegirl.
She's
the
so
ultimate
cute.
homegirl.
I love her.
Dude, she kills
my
it. I
God,
went to
she's so strong.
we went to her soccer game because Will's like, "Can we go to hoop?" I'm like, "Of
Yeah.
course." And that chick's a beast.
Dude, she totally is.
She's such a beast.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she's
I was
so
like
strong.
asking Julia, her mom, like, dude, is your daughter number what? I can't remember what her number is. And she's like, yeah. She's like, she's so good. It's like that's a big deal because that
awesome.
kid, when you
Yeah.
that's like a big deal.
Oh, I love that.
My kid's not that good.
No, right? When people
when it
are
comes
like,
to soccer, no.
when people are like asking what their number is,
Yeah.
like, is that your kid?
That's right. You know,
Dang.
like
Yeah, that's
that's so
awesome.
funny. Yeah, she's
That means
a
you're a
beast.
good parent if your kid's
Yeah.
the best at sports.
Telling you. I'm like world's
You're-
most
do
okay.
better. Yeah, do better, Dad.
Most okay. I just,
My
yeah.
poor parents. Oh my God, I was like terrible at
Yeah,
sports. Right? It was like not my.
Oh, I
bag.
never even did sports. Like, so I don't know.
Same.
Yeah. So
well,
I'm
I
like,
did sports in Catholic school because they don't keep the kids out of like, you know, everybody gets to play. So it's like the ultimate participation trophy school. You know, you don't have to try out in Catholic school. You
everybody's
just get,
included.
yeah, you just get to play, you know. So I played volleyball and soccer. Then I
Wait,
tried out.
Catholics aren't merit based.
They're not. I mean, can you imagine? They're probably totally different now. Back then, we only had 7 girls in my class. So
Well, I know that. I know
basically
that where you went to school is where my grandma's
Yeah.
is my grandma's church, and it's very different than it was because let me tell you, they had to pay out
Yeah.
big time.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh yeah, they did. But yeah, so I don't know. It could be definitely now like, hey, you guys gotta,
gotta
earn
earn
your
it.
you gotta earn your place on this team. But I mean, considering of all the sports, soccer was probably the most competitive at that school.
Yeah.
And I still got a spot on the team, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's rad.
And I was the minority demographic for sure.
That's how Will, you and
Right?
Will.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I think I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because I think I like my best friend's the raddest white chick I've ever met. And I'm a white chick, but I do like I came up with
You actually have family.
yeah,
that are,
I'm
like
I am
legit
passing.
family.
And so
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude, you're just like the coolest, most well-rounded
But
socially.
like John and I were talking too, though. Like
culturally.
I literally did grow up on a duck farm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not in Ohio, like in California, like you know.
Wait, no. I don't know what you mean.
In Ramona.
You literally do. Okay, that's crazy.
Like
I
my
never even knew
friend
that.
and my friend Rachel's family owned the duck farm in Ramona. Filipino, they like totally had.
See, that's
Balut.
why you're so down.
Like. I grew up running around that duck farm.
It's like you were made for me.
Like I totally when you're like we fished on the pier like every night with her dad. Like I'm
Dude.
Catholic. I went
Yeah.
to St. Mary's Escondido. Like
Yeah, that's literally. I'm
It
like,
literally
dude, that
makes
is
so much
that
sense.
makes the history of our family, like or our friendship, just everything just clicked.
for a year.
Uh-huh.
And then my mom transferred to the Social Security Administration in Escondido. And so then I transferred to Escondido, St. Mary's Escondido.
Nice.
So I went there. That's before we met. So I think when we first moved out to California, I went to Oceanside. Oh, shoot, I screwed that one up.
Meaning, you can, yeah, you got.
Meaning I went in the line a little. Oh, wow.
Oh, I think you're okay. Because I also do think you might want to do just a watered down black.
Yeah.
To just kind of trace everything out. Otherwise, it won't pop as much like you're wanting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you do that. Shit, I'm doing this wrong too. Because now I'm thinking about it. Would have made more sense for me just to paint. I'm gonna do this just for the video, but the next one I'm just gonna do it the way I'm gonna. Yeah, because I need to figure out what pink I want to use because it has to accent. It has to kind of match my wheels.
So it needs to be like
I want to be deeper. I want it to be closer to a
Like a
red,
raspberry.
but I need it to be a little bit, because my wheels are pink. I need the red to be more of a pink red.
like a raspberry.
Yeah.
I think.
So I'm gonna wait.
Do you have pink?
I do. I have magenta, but
I was gonna say if you mix that.
I'm just gonna paint the seeds,
Yeah.
and not for nothing. Even if I do it the long way, because what I should have done is taken and just painted this whole fucking thing, just one swath of magenta.
And then
Go back into the black, because the black's going to hide it anyways.
Right.
That would be the easier, but not for
Yeah.
nothing, but it'll be more soothing. I love painting things.
Yeah.
So it'll actually be really comforting to sit
To
in front of the
do
TV.
in the
and then
lines.
literally just go, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll have my skates so I can make the perfect pink.
Yeah.
Is he dreaming now? Leon is making... Jenny's cat Leon is on the chair because she's a big mean mommy,
Big bitch and kicked him off my
she
chair.
yeah, but he's making the sweetest. He's making little snortle sounds, just little snortles, just little baby cutie kitty
Cute little
snores.
snores.
And now I swear he's dreaming because he's making very sweet little
like,
kitty sounds.
Yeah, like little
He just said. He's thinking about John putting a napkin around his neck. He's like,
I'm so happy.
I love it.
Life is
I'm
good.
pretty. I'm a pretty, pretty kitty.
Look at this distinguished gentleman.
He is so fancy. He's so.
He is
I am a
very
little
fancy.
man.
He is
I'm a
little-
dainty little man.
Just to fill him up.
You're
with
not
a-
dainty. You're actually
not-
perfectly.
yeah.
There's nothing dainty
He's
about you.
not. He's the
It was the
stouter,
accent.
yeah.
You are a dude. You're a dude's dude, like your daddy.
Yeah, he's the more like masculine of my boys.
Yeah,
That's for sure. Because Gus is definitely not masked.
Yeah,
he's a
Gus
fluffy
just
little.
doesn't even. He's like a ghost.
He is.
Dude,
He's just like a little
he's just-
feather.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here when I want to be, and then I blink out of existence, and then I'll come back from the other dimension that I live in full time with my
He's
family of
literally
5.
in the closet.
Oh, that's what. Yeah,
That's where he is.
He's like, I'm in
He's
the
like,
closet.
I'm literally in the closet.
That's
I'm
what you
like, you
think,
don't have
Mom.
to live there,
That's what you think, Mom. He's saving other planets. In a
right?
different
He's like,
dimension
yes.
right
He's
now.
like, that's a, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And then he gets, the minute you start coming close to the closet, he gets a buzzer and he blinks back. Wait, I'll be
He's
right
like,
back.
Oh, wait, here I am.
He's like fighting a friggin' alien. And then he gets the alarm. He's like, shit. And then he just
The bat
blinks
signal.
out.
It's just like
and he
his
goes
bat
back.
signal.
Yeah. Sorry,
It's like multi-universe.
Yeah, multiverse.
Oh my God.
There's something fun because cats are so, especially those kitties are so mysterious that you could make up whole lives.
Their whole like daily existence, what
like,
they do.
when you're not at home,
They're all tight.
he's like on party line. He's making party line. If you have
Dude,
landline, you
seriously,
don't have a
right?
landline.
He's fucking only cats, only paws.
He's
Like only paws.
He's just exhausted from dehydration,
He's just
from,
like, dude, I'm
from
just
cat baiting for all day when
doing
you're gone.
kitty porn while you're gone.
Kitty porn. I don't know where you're.
The hell, it would be Gus too.
Yeah,
Freak.
it's always the quiet ones. It's always the quiet ones. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's
He
so
acts all
funny.
antisocial.
Yeah.
Freak. Whatever. He's like, who's me? Who me?
Me? Never.
Not me.
I would never.
I never do that.
That's so funny.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
God.
So you excited about skating tonight?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited. I'm going to ask you
What the
to
best time the
pack
last
me
2
a
days?
friggin' road dog just so I
Oh,
can.
right.
A roadie because I need
roadie.
because that was a bummer. I lost my buzz.
Right. Oh, and yeah, and then you're like, I gotta go. I gotta
I
go
just
home
want
and
to.
drink.
I like this is all because I've been
We'll
because
bring
I've
2
been like
roadies.
because I've not been. So like I've been trying not to, except for like
Right.
I've been trying to be better about it. So
Right.
like when I do, I would really like to have a solid buzz.
Yeah, totally.
make sense?
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it.
But I've been hitting the CBD pretty hard. Oh my god, I was so gone when you called me
last
night. I
night?
felt so bad. I'm like, I can't complete a thought.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just want to let you know that I'm.
I'm CBD.
high
I'm
as
CB
fuck.
dead right now. Oh my god.
This shit was so
Such
funny.
a dork.
You're like, I'm high.
I need to get my own little. What I'm gonna do is because I do really want to just keep it to the weekends, and even like tomorrow night I won't because I did, or Saturday night I won't because I did today.
Right.
But I'm going to.
I know we have to
I
make
need to
the
get a little
exception
pipe
for
because
when
I like a little bit of CBD and I like a little finisher, a little
taupe.
flower finisher.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And that seems to be like a real sweet spot.
Yep. For night, for helping you sleep.
But then I need to get my
Relax.
ass in bed so I don't friggin' so I
Drink
don't
a bunch of whiskey.
Yeah, no, don't even that. Like, cause I always, I don't always.
You know what
I
John's
hit
new
my
thing
spot.
is?
What? Oh no.
Fucking White Russians.
Cause you can't feel your face.
I swear. Oh, the other day he only had like
But
two
you-
drinks.
Yeah, tell him though.
He's
you gotta
like-
watch. It's like
It
like
was so
vanilla
funny.
ice cream lighter fluid,
Right?
and like but it will like.
when I came home from skating, he was like,
Oh, he
got
won't get
his little
fat.
buzz on it. I was like, look at you.
Get it, boy.
Mm-hmm.
No, he literally though, like you'll gain weight. Those things put like, cause I bloat
'cause they're
so
cream,
easily.
right?
Oh my god,
And
dude.
sugar.
I like swear to God, I could put on 3 pounds in a night if I had
Yeah,
two of
he
those.
just had.
'Cause
Yeah,
it just,
seriously.
just the
Yeah.
fat content, like, and then if I weighed myself, it's still in my gut.
Yep. It's just the
Yeah.
creamy drinks.
Oh, so good though.
right?
They're so
Oh, John
soothing.
was like, oh, this isn't bad
It's
at all.
delicious, and it's so strong. It's so
Right?
strong.
They're so strong. I think
They're so
that's
good.
it.
Still though, to this day, my favorites, the mint julep. That's still gonna be the bomb. I
and
hope they
haven't
bring
made
them back
those. I know.
for the summer. I'm
That'd be
like,
so
oh, I hope they
nice.
bring them back for the summer.
It'd be nice if they actually just like made them.
Yeah,
forever,
Universal,
like,
yeah,
all
because
the
they are
time.
fucking like even
They're
a Long
so good.
Island. Their Long Islands don't really even hit like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And what it is like I just like to get a nice solid like
Yeah, you like
one
to go a
drink.
little hard the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it hard in
You
general.
like it hard the first time to blow it
Just
out.
get
the
it
first
done.
Time.
Just get it done. What are we doing
easing
here?
in, like, come on,
Don't
just
tickle
like
it.
Don't tickle it. Yeah, we're not tickling it.
Like, are we doing this? That is literally me.
Are we doing
I
the
got
damn
shit
thing?
to do.
What is
I
going
need to. I got shit to do. I either gotta be on the couch, hate scrolling,
yeah,
or I gotta be in my bed, hate scrolling. One of the two things.
Just fucking pound this, take it down already. Just pound this shit.
Yeah, I got
I got shit to do.
I got shit to do. Okay,
Multitasking. here.
not important, but it's what I want to do. So let's fucking
Fuck
do
the
it.
whole intimacy thing.
No.
Who needs
Oh, it's
that?
really hard.
I'm
no.
just kidding.
No, but that's what's crazy though, is that like I told you this last time, like he kind of a little bit of intimacy, and I was like, oh.
Oh, you
and I
like
could not
that.
stop thinking about
But
it
took you
because
for a loop, though. You're like, oh.
because I am doing work and I can get closer. So now I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn into
You're
the
like,
most
I
sappy bitch
like
you guys
this.
ever
Oh, God.
ever met. Watch, I'm gonna be like romantic and stuff. You guys are not even gonna recognize me.
Oh, damn. You're going to get more romantic, and I'm going to get more like.
You're gonna turn into
yeah,
me.
Just hit it. And quit.
Yeah, hit it and quit it. Like, bring the fucking hammer.
Just bring the
and
hammer.
get-
Take hammer time.
It's hammer time. Now go.
No.
Now make me a
No,
sandwich.
I like this cuddles and like the.
Oh,
you know, all
really?
that.
Oh,
Well, it
it's-
depends. It depends because like I don't necessarily like all the like little
Yeah.
spoon and stuff like that, but like I do like the intimacy for sure. I'm not like
Dude, I'm so
just
broken.
like
I'm so
just
broken.
choke me. I'm not like just
No.
straight
Choke
to
me and then
that.
cuddle me.
Yeah, it's like we gotta have a nice balance there. So
Yeah, no, 100,
Yeah.
100, 100. But again, this is also that I think a lot of it is also just with the child. You're just like, okay, look.
Yeah, that is
I gotta
true.
wait, and so it's like
you guys, and you can't really like.
no.
You can't make a lot of no. I mean, there's
No.
just things that you don't get to do that you
yeah.
don't have to worry about as much when you don't have a kid.
But that's
for
the thing.
sure.
But it's like, okay, now I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, but I at least can be nice and actually be like connect with my
Yeah.
partner in a more intimate way, which is pretty
That's
cool.
pretty awesome.
my
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm turning really romantic,
You're
evidently.
like, I actually love him.
I do. Oh, there was never a question of that. I just don't want him that close.
Yeah, totally. No, I get
I love
that.
him, and I'm like, I like you a lot, but
It's
you
like
know,
they say, like near or together but separate,
Yeah.
or like together but
well,
apart.
that's the other thing is I think because I am such a like, maybe like a love, codependent and like love slash like I would say love. I've had some very compulsive, unhealthy behaviors.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So I think that you struggle with that balance.
Right.
So it's either close or get away.
Yeah,
And so
totally.
I really struggle. So it's like, yeah, it's nice to actually be like, no, I actually really, the closeness is way more comfortable,
Yeah.
which I'm proud of.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so funny. And then what else okay, I didn't actually, diet wise, I did put on 4 more pounds, or like I put back 4 pounds, I should say.
Okay, I'm gonna look. I weighed myself.
I didn't add, I'm still at a loss, but I did put on 4 pounds, but I've been going ham.
Yeah.
And what I will say is that I know what I think I'm thinking about this, and see what you think about this.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it as this is not a diet.
It's
this
a lifestyle.
it's a balance. It's a new habit building app.
Absolutely.
I'm just building new habits, and that's going to take
Absolutely. Time.
I'm making new neural pathways.
Yeah.
So that's because I'm like, I was going to bail on it because.
No.
But I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's where I go.
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of people do.
But I'm also in the stage of life.
we were talking about that yesterday with my client. I was talking to her about it, and I'm like, yeah, I think I had a cheat day, but because I said the same thing. This is a lifestyle. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna give it all up just because I had a bad day, or a bad week even.
No,
it's like, get back on, like now.
Just get
like
back on
you
the
said,
wagon.
It's a habit forming.
Yep.
I think I'm still down.
Good, babe.
Okay, so I'm just looking at my big trend. Okay, yeah, I had 0. So the last time I weighed in was February 4th, and I lost 1 pound. So and then I weighed in yesterday, the 11th, and I'm at 0 pounds lost, but I maintained.
Good job.
So I'm still, since I started in January, I'm still down 4 pounds.
Well, between my sugar,
But
good job. And that's the thing.
and
I'm
down.
like, dude, 4 pounds
Up and down.
in your 40s,
This is
mid 40s
also-
is fucking magic, dude.
This is also my first full week today
Good.
of half of my hormones. And then I'm going to do another week, I think, on half, because I'm trying to wean off the hormones to see if it just makes any difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, word.
If it makes a difference and I can shave it off and then kind of maintain that,
Yes.
then if I feel like the symptoms are really bad, I'll get back on it. But right now, I'm just gonna see how it does. You know what I mean? How it goes without it.
I like that.
Because I'm just curious. It's been so hard to get any progress with this
With the
hormone
Yeah.
replacement. So I'm just curious to see if it'll be any easier. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we'll see.
And then you can kind of, what's it called? Like tritate and friggin' try a half and then see and then maintain. Like you could ease
That's
your
true.
body into if you need it even.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of, wasn't it just kind of giving your one chica left time to kind of acclimate and start.
I have no, I don't know how it's supposed to work, because everybody's different. So some people don't need it at all.
Word.
Because they have that right ovary, and the right ovary kind of just starts making all the estrogen they need. But it seemed like mine wasn't really doing that. So I started the hormone replacement because I was having such bad symptoms at the time.
You just didn't want to murder.
Murder John. Yeah, we were like, oh God, it was like our marriage, like our relationship
Everything,
was having problems. Like everything was literally, I was having difficulty just living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it helped for sure at the time, and I might need it still. Who knows? I'm kind of nervous about weaning off of it, but
wait.
At the same time, I'm like, I also really just don't want to pack on a bunch of weight all the time.
That's not good either.
Yeah, so I'm kind of just waiting to see how it works without it. But yeah, at the time, I'm not sad I got on them for sure. We needed me to be on them. Oh yes.
Yes. Word.
Oh Nelly, yeah, because it definitely gave us some time and space to get used to
reacclimate.
Without the hormones like I used to have.
Well, somebody I love dearly and was very close to that I adore more than anything just recently talked about. She has extreme PMS where it's just dysphoric kind of gnarliness. And I don't know if that's the right word actually, but she just knows that it's an illusion. Like sometimes it's just knowing because you felt what it was without it as you were getting used to it, which was really extreme. Now you've been on it, things kind of leveled off, and now you're weaning off.
Right.
So now you know how you feel without.
Right.
But when your body was literally just getting its balance.
Right.
And then you know what your body is with, and you know what that feels like, and then now you know what it is weaning and then off, and then you can kind of be like, okay, if I'm feeling, sometimes it's about just awareness and that, like, okay, I'm feeling this, but it's gonna pass.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
sometimes
no, I
it's
get
just
it.
that. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it's a good thing to try.
Yeah, I'm like confident. I think it'll be good.
Word.
I'll keep my script, and if I need to go back on it, no big deal. But I'm just curious to see if it'll help me get to my goal. As
You're
far
doing
as
bro
like
sciences. That's what
bro
I do.
science,
Just
right?
bro science.
Bro
dude.
science.
Let's just give it a go.
See, let's give it a go. It can't hurt.
Well,
I
it's
can
not
always
like
get
our
back
doctors
on
will
it.
fucking help us. So
Right, they won't give us like the best.
no, they won't.
Advice.
They're just like,
just
it's also very, they're not specialized. They're not, it's all general. And we're all
Yeah.
just one big amorphous middle-aged woman that they don't really,
they don't
society
really
doesn't give a shit
understand.
about.
They don't give a shit about. Well, yeah, because we're past what we're supposed to bring
Yeah,
to the
we're not-
table. I mean, if you're not child producing, then
Kick rocks.
yeah, there's really no point
What's
of
our
view.
purpose, really?
Really no point of view. Not in this current patriarchal structure. But with the extinction burst that we're seeing, I mean, I hope that this is still the last vestige of the patriarchy.
Yeah.
You know, I really do. I really do think that there are men like ours that are like really willing to kind of like understand what it's like to live our, you know, the female experience, and they don't want
That for us.
that for us. So I feel like that is progress.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
Yeah. So
I just sent you something. When you're at a stopping point.
yeah.
I sent you some because I want to give her credit, but we've been talking about like how politeness is violence, or politeness is is a tool of white supremacy.
Yeah. Right here, the Benevolent
yeah.
Mean Girls. What do you wanna do with
Benevolent Mean Girls, but it's by it is, what is her name? She's amazing. She's so crazy, and I love her so goddamn much.
Comedian.
Yeah, she's a comedian and writer. Let me see if it'll just open really quick. I do have to open it, and then
Yeah, there is.
I muted it, and it is Melanie Hamlet. But I just love her take on she's really honest because she's been through every form of like abuse. Like she's like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like she's just very honest, like about her past and being a pick-me girl, and like she's an outdoor girl, so she was like a river guide, like ultimate like climber, all the things
okay,
like
got it,
that
got it.
outdoor
Yeah.
pick-me.
Yeah.
Which is like a newer version of
Yeah,
pick-me.
totally.
But we come in all forms.
Yeah, totally.
And so it's just cool because this time she was on this thing, she was talking about the wife of the rich guy that Parker Posey plays.
Oh yes, she's so funny.
Oh, she's amazing.
Oh
but
my God.
how she is the like stereotypical, or like she is a specific type of rich Southern woman.
Okay.
And that she, like, the violence of her politeness, the quiet rage, the quiet violence, like
I have clients like that.
Yes,
I swear to God.
women that
yeah.
when the women that own slaves, they couldn't own property, but their slaves could still stay with them.
Yeah.
Like this is what we're talking about, and these are women that were just as guilty of.
Yeah, this is what the true like white woman tears.
and they literally, like, they are so skilled at like minute. It was just microaggression was designed by these women.
Right,
Manipulation
right.
was honed by these
Right.
powerless women.
Their only power was from their men's
Yes.
power, and that's
and so
the
they had
tool
to
of-
like hone these.
lot
Oh,
of
bless.
white
That's why
women.
they're so good at telling you to fuck yourself by being being
but
polite.
bless your heart.
Yeah, you know what I
totally.
mean, because
Yeah.
they are
polite bitches.
Yes, and they're wretched creatures, and she is such
That's
like
what we call them
out.
in the salon. In the
What?
salon, we call them polite bitches.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We're like we all feel what you're doing.
Totally.
Like it's all like humans. I'm an animal, and like I'm vibe based, and right now I'm telling you. Not vibe based by who I vote. I actually make responsible.
Yeah.
But when it comes to personal interactions
Like
with
how
a person,
you feel,
and how I deal with people, like I feel what you're doing.
Yeah,
and I don't fucking play that. You know, so it's brilliant. But that her last one on that was amazing.
Oh, I didn't see it yet.
And just covering the daddy.
Like when she came up and like the other woman came up and was like, hi, and they like spent the whole weekend together, and she's still like, yeah, whatever.
Because the same thing, because she is nouveau riche. She's not a real rich person. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's like, oh, you're with your she's just a cold ass bitch. And she doesn't have anything to offer her. So what are we
doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing? And also she's just like drugged out.
Yeah.
There's like weird incesty vibes.
There's such weird incesty vibes with that family.
Yeah, and it's like,
all
but the
over
South
the
is like I think it's Florida and Alabama have like the most incest because that's part of that, and it's not. And it's not like it's not just poor people.
I don't get that incest vibe, like that they're going with. Is that just because that's what's like?
It's like, there's just very maladapted behaviors, and then if you can only exist unto yourself, you are creepily. If your whole world is just a dangerous place, really. Because like they have to exist. All you can trust
is your family. Or whatever.
You know what I mean. That's why like Trump with his fucking because it's like that's all you trust is blood. Meanwhile, it's like your kids are so very obviously not equipped. Your sons, but then your daughter is like the one, and it's just creepy. You know.
So creepy.
Hate them.
It's like you can like be proud of your daughter and not want to fuck her and talk about how hot she is and shit. Like that's so weird.
Creepy.
You know?
But yeah, and again, it's like access. If there isn't a lot of if you live somewhere and it's rural and there's just not a lot, and also not for nothing, but religion. Sorry, but
I think religion
makes people act out sexually. I don't care what anybody says. Like when you raise, it's not religion. It's not like your faith doesn't do that, but your religion, high control religion,
organized religion,
and shame-based sexuality is always makes her the fucking weirdest people, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like the organized religion.
Yeah, sorry, bro. Like you're just not realistic.
Well, and I think it's because they control what they're supposed to want. Mm-hmm. So then when you have that control over what your desires are, you start wanting things that aren't like that don't fit in like the norms of society because you've had so much control around what
and you're rebellious naturally because the same thing. It's the same thing like I always say. You don't got strict parents don't have better kids or better behaved kids. They have sneakier
kids that are better at hiding it.
Yeah, because everybody I know that was raised that way was the like gnarliest,
dude,
most
I was like Catholic
out.
school. Yeah, for real.
And again, it's not always like I'm just saying like these are very general.
It's common though.
Super general, but
it's common.
Yeah, it's grody.
Yeah, it's
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
But I love Parker Posey is always the bitch you hate, but I fucking love her so much.
At that. Yeah.
Remember in freaking what's it called? All right. Dazed and Confused. She's like, what'd she say?
Wipe that face off your head, bitch.
Yeah. And then like, what is it like? Cook like bacon, or what should she say?
Fry like bacon, you piggies. That's the same thing. She's
so
like,
gnarly,
wipe
dude.
that face off your head,
She's
bitch.
Such
it's
a
like
bitch.
the
Meanwhile,
classic fucking
that bitch you hate.
Fucking bitch. Upperclassmen. That was just like the most perfect line I remember. I just loved her in that.
Ugh, she's amazing.
So bad.
Amazing. She's just so good. But yeah, also watch White Lotus. Also, it's not helping me not be depressed about anything.
Well, yeah. It's like, oh it's God, the rich. Right? Yeah. The fucking rich.
Ugh.
Well, only because like it would be really entertaining if they weren't trying to ruin our nation.
If these weren't the people that we're just not watching,
ruining our lives.
We have like a sneak peek into the life that they live
we're like,
while they're fucking us.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad if we weren't dealing with that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So because otherwise it's definitely good fun.
I love it.
So yeah, and
pretty,
I am wondering like what the deal is with dude and his girlfriend and then the old guy. So like the old guy now, the guy
that killed his.
yes, like he's like the main character now, isn't he? He's been on every season.
He's not the main character. He's the through line.
But he's the through line.
Yeah, and he's in this specifically. He's obviously, you're saying that he's obviously mourning to some degree. I think
his lover.
Yeah, like I really think he actually, like the last one,
that
actually
was his
got
lover.
him.
Yeah, because they were in love forever. There was all those pictures of them together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he is mourning his lover because, like,
The dude, you're saying.
the dude, yes, definitely, not Jennifer.
And that's the thing too, where I'm
Coolidge's character, but the guy that she ended up, the guy that was supposed to plan her killing,
yes,
and him were supposed to live happily ever after,
yes,
rich
and happy, yes.
and now he did on the boat, and yeah, so yeah, I agree. I think he's probably mourning. That was like, they were in pictures when they were kids.
Yes.
They've been together forever.
And I do also like that it seems like if he's picking this young one, he's still picking this, like, these women, like a young, so he's obviously like bi, but I kind of like that he's like,
or do you think that's just part of his scam to get to his next?
Maybe. Oh, it might be. Yeah, she might be a tool.
Yeah, just a tool to
possibly. But also, I think I'm kind of liking I like the conversation around bisexual men.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like, we need to have more of those characters because I do feel like it's such a, like, oh, that doesn't exist. It's just such a, like, there's so much bullshit around that.
Well, and it's so funny because
maybe I'm projecting.
Well, it's interesting because I've had conversations about men.
Yeah.
And, like, men that pretend to be non-bisexual. And with, like, straight men. And I always almost wondered, is like, because men's sexual appetite is so much more, I don't know, so much more pronounced. Just more pronounced.
Yeah,
like, wouldn't it make sense that, like, most men are probably bisexual, and that's why there's more homophobia on that side of that?
Oh, maybe.
Because it's like...
Maybe
like but because of culture and religion and everything else, it's like you shouldn't like yourself by even thinking those thoughts. But because you're just more sexual and you're thinking more, like, you're just thinking about, like, everything.
Yeah.
So I would think the, like, predisposition to be bisexual would be greater.
Way more prominent.
And that's why we're seeing, I mean...
Yeah.
It just, like, makes so much more sense.
Again,
like,
and it goes to your point about the patriarchy dying and that it's like they're freaking out the most about trans women. Because that's the other thing is trans women is one of the most searched things, and you will hear about men being very much into that, or like at least trying it. So you know, like, so no, you might be spot on.
You know,
that.
where it's like, you know, I mean, God, you guys,
it's hard because
just part of your physiological.
I grew up in puritanical thinking too, so I'm always like, oh, yeah, I guess so.
But like physiologically, like you're just predisposed, to like have more thoughts like that. Like
Absolutely.
just be. I think honestly, like you and I were talking about it last week. Okay, like John and I are together. I love being with him and being straight, like quote unquote straight. We met when I was 15 years old. I haven't explored a whole lot about my sexuality because I've been with him since I was very young, and now that is the hottest thing to me. It feels totally natural and great, but like who knows like what different roads like people go down throughout their life if they're not shut off to that. Like I've never been one to be like, this is it and this is how I feel about my relationships and my intimacy with people. I've never been a person that just said, that's it, I've already decided I'm straight and I'll be that for the rest of my life. That's not how I see intimacy. I have intimate conversations with people every single day.
Well, and to this day, the most intimate thing, I've told you before, the most intimate thing that has ever happened to me, or that where I felt closest to Dean, had nothing to do with sex. Nothing at all.
Absolutely.
So
it's one of those things like, you know, just because I am straight and I, you know, I would say the dominating thoughts and feelings are for guys or dudes or whatever. Just because I haven't experienced that doesn't mean that I would be closed off to that. And I think that that's the problem with the social construct of sexuality, is that you have to choose and then decide for the rest of your life. Like, some people think you choose and you decide for the rest of your life what you're going to be.
Yeah.
Or it's not a choice. You just feel what you feel. And then I think, like, it's just a spectrum for some people. That they're like, I don't know, maybe I haven't had that feeling yet, but maybe if I met the right person.
Yeah. I do think that as we move forward, it will be less about, I don't know that it'll be so labeled.
The details.
I don't know that it'll be so labeled, except to like try to express if you're trying to search for something.
Yeah, like if it, well, because we date online, so people
so
do
I think
have
there'll
to
be, but I
search.
do think it'll be less, like, I don't know that there'll be so many labels in a lot of
Right.
ways.
Well, yeah, I hope, I mean, you hope and agree, or it'll be the opposite, where everything will be like super hyper vigilant labeled, because
There'll be a spreadsheet.
Yeah, it'll be a super spreadsheet.
Well,
Well,
that's cool, because AI could actually break it down really quickly. You could just put in all the shit, the weird. You know what? AI, you just put your porn search into AI.
I was gonna say there will be a
you
I
appropriately.
feel like we've had conversations, not naming, but any names. But I feel like we've had conversations with friends that have been like, I've had to create a spreadsheet, or I've had someone give me a spreadsheet.
Well, yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
so this is the new. This is the new norm of.
But not so exhausting if you're AI. If you're AI, will do it for you.
Well, I guess, you know. Well, it's like, is it more? Well, then you got to ask yourself: is it more exhausting to have your spreadsheet and then it's all out in the open, or is it more exhausting playing all the fucking games and trying to figure out, like?
That's a good point. But I think
you know
the
what I
spreadsheets,
mean?
when it comes to open relationships,
Just more like
specifically,
open relationships,
like that's where I struggle, because I'm like, oh god, I'm be tired, and I
that's
can't
too
remember all the
complex.
rules. It's like games.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
good
too
at like
much
board games because it's too many rules.
Same. I never like was really good at Texas Hold'em because I couldn't remember all the
that's what I'm
hands, what
saying.
beat what.
No, I just don't. That's what I'm saying. So I think it's more about that. But I do like, I think if you could get to know your partner in that way, or potential partners in that way, I think that would actually be helpful. Even I have no attention span. I can't I can't pay that much attention.
People
if
are like,
pay
oh,
me.
did you watch the Oscars? I'm like, why would I do that? I haven't watched a single movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know like, not one movie that they would nominate I would have watched.
Although, you should go see Captain America. Was pretty good. I liked it.
Okay.
Sorry. No, you don't say it in theater. Sorry.
I'm like, okay.
Okay, I went yesterday. No, it was just
oh,
good.
you did it yesterday?
Yeah,
Nice.
I liked it. Just maybe it was, again, it's one of Will's. We
She's
do
got
it
a
together.
kiddo,
And I do. I'm like, I'm not big into all the comic book stuff, but this one was pretty good.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
But what
They're fun.
About though too we were gonna go over. Can I look at your phone?
Yep.
We are gonna, the one
Here,
thing
let me give
like
you that.
politically for this time that I think I know it now, Jenny. I'm pretty sure I know that. Yeah, I think I've used it so long for filming. Okay, so we're doing. I sent you. Okay, so. So the results. Okay, so I need my glasses again. I just wanted to share, if we're gonna just get back to politics, just briefly, like, and again, being part of the solution, because I do want to kind of end on that. If you go to the AP's 2025 election calendar, there are a bunch of seats that are going to be up for
Special election.
special election. That was the word I was looking for. Thank you so much. And so I would say there's a long list, and then definitely, but it's worth checking out because a lot of people can't march, and like, even to Jenny's point, we've been talking about how we have to temper us marching and us preparing to potentially leave the country if we decide that's where we want to, how we want to live our lives.
Yeah.
But we have stuff that we have kind of an action plan for each of our families that we're trying to kind of stay focused on. Like she always says, we need to walk and chew gum
At the
same time. But if you can't march because you can't march, or there's nothing close by, or you're not comfortable with it, like can't do it because of anxiety. You can go to that AP election calendar and see the ones that find your local. You find Democrats that aren't even in your area, but whose seats we need to flip blue. And you can throw money at them.
Yeah, you can help contribute to their campaign. Because we have to remember, like, in this day and age, I think we all wish that we had something, people that are interested in the same kind of values that we are interested in, I should say, wish that we would have publicly funded elections.
Yes.
But that's not the reality in this day and age. And in this day and age.
Nor will it ever be as it stands.
Yeah, as it stands, it won't be.
Especially once the oligarchy fully.
Right. But the small dollar donations help our politicians not have to take large money contributions from special interests. So if we can elect officials that stand with their small dollar donations, then we're starting to circumnavigate the system. If we make purity tests or like whatever, litmus tests, whatever you want to call it, to elect officials that don't take big PAC money, like that stand with those types of politicians like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren that have said that the majority of their campaign financing is from small dollars.
Yep.
Under $3,000 is more for like Elizabeth Warren. Like she takes 60% of her campaign finances are under $3,000.
Yep.
That's a huge percentage when you have someone like Donald Trump, where like
with
the
Elon
vast
Musk,
majority of his campaign financing is over these big huge PACs and corporate
or
donors,
countries,
or just straight donating to the inauguration fund the night before.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So the corruption has just gotten so rampant that there are little ways that we can circumnavigate the law, because that is within the law to be corrupt. We've like literally legalized, we've baked it into the system. And so these are ways that if you are like, how can I try and find these elected officials and hold them accountable and not be corrupt? Well, part of the solution is to back candidates that don't take big corporate PAC money.
Yes.
And so these are also ways that we can get involved with our limited powers that we have as they're going to get more and more limited. So
absolutely.
It's like I said, some of this all feels performative, and like going to the protest feels, to me, I got to be honest, it feels super performative.
Yes.
But I'm going to do it. And I don't care what kind of criticism I get, because like, there are people out there literally doing nothing. Yeah. Literally doing fucking nothing. Yep. So if you have nothing to fucking say, nothing to fucking do, shut the fuck up. But at least we're trying to do something, whether it's your boycott power. Some people can't boycott Target. I have literally broke up with Target at this point for good. It's been a real challenge. That was like one of my most difficult boycotts to date. Yeah. But I think all of those things, some people can't boycott Target. They have to get like food there. They have to get things there. I get that. I'm not going to shame them, but you do what you can do.
Oh, in the South, you think you can boycott Walmart?
Right? Like, good luck. So, good luck.
And
so
most of the country,
I get that. Aggregate add up to,
and they want us to think it's hopeless.
They do.
And that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, they told women suffragettes that how are you going to get the right to vote when you don't have the right to vote? Yeah. So I mean, really, it is true what it comes down to. Like, if you comply without even trying, then you've like basically conceded the fight before you've even tried. Yep. I'm not willing to do that. No, I just can't.
I can't either.
Yeah, you can't either.
And the same thing. I just feel like it also refills your cup. It also like I stand by the fact that it's also community going out to the marches, going out to the protests, because we need that as well. Like we've all you need to know that you're not alone.
It's group therapy.
It's group therapy.
It is.
You guys
It's
were
like,
literally doing the can at one point.
Yeah, we were. It
the
was
protest
like,
can.
Right?
It's
it's group therapy.
Yeah. And it is. It's nice to know you're not alone.
Yeah,
like,
that
I'm
this
sorry.
does not feel like a normal thing.
Especially when you're being gaslit.
Yeah, and you're gaslit. Well, and I think, again, like, because it feels performative, because it's, like, you know, we have, like, large protest movements and we don't see any actual legislation passed or changed. Yeah. It does feel like, well, this is all for naught. But if you do nothing... Yeah. It literally is for naught. Yeah. You know what I mean? It literally is just saying...
You're tapping.
Yeah, you're tapping.
And it's not done. And you should never tap before the fucking bell rings.
Yes.
You fucking put...
Do you have any heart, you pussies?
Yeah, get your shit together.
Where's your heart, man? Yeah. Like, you might not have skills, but you have heart.
Yeah.
And you can win a fight on heart.
Not everybody has heart.
Yeah.
And that is the sad fact. I definitely am like, it's like, oh, man.
What we're learning.
But you don't have to have heart. You could just donate money.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Actually,
you got
not for
money?
nothing. If you have
Everybody
money,
got gifts, and that's what we're saying. Everyone has gifts.
Money's going to get us a lot further than protest.
The best thing we can use right now.
So God bless.
Yeah.
I think there's only like a couple primaries in Florida, mostly historically Republican.
Yeah.
Again, you can give up or you can go, wait.
Yeah.
We got to try. And we just have to try. And the more they see money even going that way, the more they're going to modulate. Even the Republicans potentially will start modulating what they're doing because they're going to see a cascade and what's coming down the line.
Yeah.
And especially those town halls. It is working. Those town halls aren't votes and are protests.
Yeah.
And they're canceling them all.
Right.
So they know
their
power
constituents aren't happy.
Yeah, and their extinction is around the corner.
Yeah.
Even if it's in a few years.
Right.
You know? So yeah.
We just got to remember that the message is the billionaire class is the enemy, not your Republican neighbors. No. They just don't know who's been exploiting them for the past several decades.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it's just a reminder that the whatever these policies that are going to be put in place in the next few months, they're not going to benefit you. Mm-mm. They're not going to go into Ukraine and take the rare earth minerals and disperse all the benefits and the profits from us exploiting them from that region to the American people.
Never.
That's not going to come back to us.
Ever.
That's going to come to the oligarchs.
Yep.
So it's one of those things. We can sit here as working class people and do the bidding of our oligarchs, or we can do the bidding of what's right for everyday working class people, the majority of American workers, not just the few that contributed to Donald Trump's campaign. And I think that's the real lie that's been told, is that somehow this is the populist movement of working class, and it's just a fucking grift. It's just a fucking, it's basically a heist. You know? They're just basically heisting.
What you have is a lot of people that have had limited access to the rest of reality, like other people's reality, they don't rub up against a lot of people unless they're in either like a colonizer position or behavior, and then they're high control, like they're from high control religions and they're victims of religious abuse. I really think a lot of this comes down to just straight up people taking advantage.
Evangelical
type,
yeah.
I think it's high control. I think the certain movements got completely taken over by people that are very nefarious. And I do think they at the end of the day, like, that's what I try to remember when because I get why Republicans, that I just vote Republican. I get that. MAGA I struggle with, but that's what I've been thinking about a lot lately, is that you've got people that have been brain broken by their culture and by more sadly their faith.
True. That's like, it's like I was talking to my friend, and like we use a lot of coded words because we know we have different political views, but like they were saying last night, because we were talking about, oh God, my client just won't shut up about it. And she's like, and she's like, and then there's just like so many people that just think Republicans are just like all MAGA. And like, not everyone's MAGA. And it's like, I get that, but at the same time,
you knew what you were
doing.
Like,
I'm sorry. Like, I can't sit there and be like, you're literally I don't know. I'm still conflicted. I'm
I know.
I fucking you guys are dead to me. Fuck you guys too.
My issue right now is that we are going to have to get into a better place because we're going to have to fight the real enemy, which people that I strongly, morally, I am morally, I don't even know. I don't.
Well, see,
they're
my
so
problem
far.
is
Yeah.
like my friends are so stupid that I'm like, dude, who do you think? What side do you think you're on? Like, I
Yeah.
hope I know you like think that you're like not poor, but you just told me you're not wealthy enough to quit your job. So
Yeah.
if you can't survive on just your income with your husband, then you're not doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
bro.
then you should be with us. This class warfare involves you.
Yep.
Playing you. You're getting played, motherfuckers. That's all I gotta
So
say.
stop being weirdos,
Don't be
bro.
dumb. Don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb.
Yeah, that's what we're ended on.
I'm sorry. I don't even know. Like today, my brain is just like it's raining, which is like the end of the world in California.
Yeah, but I'm so happy.
I mean, I'm
like,
happy
I fucking
about it,
love
but at the same time, I'm like my brain's not working.
Yeah, no word.
Yeah.
We get when it turns gray, we shut off. We're solar powered.
I am solar powered.
Yeah,
totally
and
so.
and that's pretty much San Diegans in general, and we just want to snuggle and do nothing.
Yes.
It will shut everything
Yes.
down.
Yes.
Yes.
That was cute.
I love it. It's gonna, and I do think I think.
I gotta figure out how to clean up like the lines in between. Maybe brown. Do you think brown would be
that's a
better?
good- yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
a
So it's
brown
not so
pen,
hard.
So it's
yeah,
not so hard.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
so we'll do
maybe
that
I'll
next
go
week.
do that.
Or I can just bring you some stuff and you can do it, and then we can maybe start something else. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I
We'll
just
be
I'll
talking.
just do all I have to do is like the brown in between and then the yellow.
Yep, and then we're good.
And we're good.
Awesome. Well, we'll end for right now because we've gone for like an hour 15. Everybody have a good day, a
It
good
was
week.
good to talk to you guys. Stay sane out there.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Talk to you. There's nobody, but you never know.
Talk to us.
It's been nice
good
to talk to
us. Hey man,
One day.
one day there'll be 10 people.